The Winter Olympics are coming this February in China. The question is, will Canada be going? Marcus Kolga is with the Macdonald Laurier Institute in Ottawa. Joins me right now because I want to put the question to you. A number of people are saying, well, why would we go to the Olympics to embolden the Chinese bureaucracy? And the president, it's going to just make them more legitimate. Others are saying, we'll leave it to the athletes. They said that in '36 with Hitler. What do you say?
Yeah, well, I think we had a lot of time to make a decision to not go and talk to our allies about this. You're absolutely right.
But we haven't, though.
No, we haven't, because we're going to go and we are going to legitimize that regime and all of the terrible things that they're doing within China and the territories around.
That's what the government wants to say. He said, people are saying we're doing these terrible things, but the whole world is coming to China for the Olympics. That gives them a certain degree of legitimacy.
Yep.
So, in your view, should we not be going?
No, we shouldn't be going. But the problem is that we've already paid, sponsors have paid billions of dollars to sponsor these games.
So that's not Canadian sponsors.
Well, Canadian media has paid millions of dollars to
compared
to
an election for a vanity call, it's nothing.
You and I don't believe that we should be going, but there are forces behind all of this that say they've got to go and that they're going to go, and I don't think there's any stopping it at this point. But there are things that we can do. There are definitely things that we can do. We can ensure that any of the Canadian broadcasters that are going to China to cover these Olympics boycott any coverage of anything outside of the events themselves. That means they're not going into Beijing. They're not going to do these sort of soft power propaganda puff pieces on China. The second thing that's
not going to happen, though. Once we get our networks over there, they're going to be going crazy.
The second thing that Canadians can do is just not watch. Don't watch the Olympics. The third thing that we can do is find out who those sponsors are, whether it's that soda company or it's the car company or the computer company. We can figure out who's sponsoring these, what I'm calling the Genocide Olympics.
Yes.
And simply boycott those companies that are actually sponsoring these Olympics.
Good points. Marcus, quickly, why do you call them genocide Olympics?
Because our athletes are going to a country whose government is engaging in genocide. 1 million people in Xinjiang are being
some of them are Canadian.
And some of them are Canadians. There are Canadians. There are over 100 people, 100 Canadians in prison. They're cracking down violently on protests in Hong Kong, and they're also engaging in a mass human rights abuse in Tibet. This is the country that our athletes are going to compete in, and this is a country that doesn't tolerate any sort of political expression. So those athletes, if they speak out against any of this stuff, there's a chance that they could face detention or even arrest.
Hope their name's not Michael. Marcus, thank you. 3 minutes. With Justin in his third term, now more than ever, you're going to need independent news. How else are we going to find out how many hundreds of millions of dollars he's giving to the former Liberal MPs? Stick with us. Please subscribe and PayPal. Keep us on the air.